Good evening, folks. It's 23:08 on Friday night, coming into Saturday morning, and it's the 26th of October 2018. Now, I've been contacted by Dean, and there has been some floods in an area of Russia. I made a video and the sound didn't work on it, so what I've got to do is play this video that I made and then talk over it. So the town that it took place in is Krasnador, and 6 people have died so far. It may be too late, I don't know. We can deploy this evening, tonight. The instructions are in the video. 90 degrees on your compass, declination 13 degrees, full water. That's it. For about 6 to 7 hours through the night, shut down for an hour, start again in the morning for the same deployment for 6 hours on Saturday. We may have alternative other deployments as well for the UK freeze out. It's been looking quite good. I've seen NextRads kicking in, trying to force it from Iceland. However, that's another subject. So I will talk over this and show you what we've been doing and where we're at. This is the BBC News. This was some of the recorded flooding. Let me take it to where it starts, and the sound should start to play. Two months worth of rain in one day. So sadly, there's already been deaths, suggesting there was 150 killed previously on an occasion like this. So I'll take it forward. Let's see where we're at, and that is Dean asking for this. Now I've gone on to Ventusky to find out the areas affected, and it's quite accurately pinpointing where it is. Sorry, the quality of this isn't as good as it would normally be because I'm recording a video with a video screen recorder. So I was checking the winds there. That's the area concerned. That was pinpointed on Google Earth. And so we now have a target. So now I start to do the deployments there, or the instructions for. And it was, what's unusual, there was an anomaly. A freezing cold spot just there, and in that area surrounded by much warmer air. And we know, I've seen the microwaves where they heat the atmosphere on one spot so it rises, and then it draws in the cold air, so as it rises in one place it falls in the other place, and by looking at different heights you can see the different temperatures. So let's just pull it forward. You can see the massive drop and bend in the winds there, and at that height it's minus 45 degrees. So when it drops suddenly, that's when you get the precipitation. But there appears to be some heating outside that cold area that forces this to plummet quickly and create floods. And there you can see a concentration of winds that goes through. It's not that fast actually, it was about 45 kilometers an hour. So we're going through the specifics. We don't really need to do this for the deployment, but we're just explaining why we're going to deploy the way we're going to do it, which will be high potential. That will be one of the targets. The other target will be just to the north of there, where there's other winds in the jet stream, which we can show you in a second. Look at that there. That's the cold patch, right in the middle of warmer temperatures. Most unusual. And that's a sign of artificial intervention. No doubt about it. Sometimes they can spray CO2. That's been done for years and years and years. I've got books on it where they invested millions of dollars in CO2 spraying, which is dry ice to cool the atmosphere, with amazing results. Okay, this is null school, just showing the winds. I didn't pan it forward. This is interesting. Look how the jet stream bent there to one spot. This is today's deployment from the UK. This was to put a blockage. We're going to let that run free across. We may do a short 1 or 2 hour deployment just to tweak that, but you can see the winds haven't come down anywhere near like they forecast. We should have had minus 10 degrees and it's been nothing like it. Yes, in 5 to 6 weeks it's going to be December. We are expecting it to be cold, but we certainly haven't had minus 10 degrees. So, back to the Dead Sea. This is where we are. And if I pause this, you can then see behind the animation, I'm not sure if I did it again there, but if I go back to that spot, you can see, if I pause it there, you can see how it bends down, and as it rises the wind, the purple here is around about 160, 170 kilometers an hour. So you can see the anomaly here. We came down right onto that spot and then back up again. Okay, so this is how we do the coordinates as well, which I'll show you in a moment. This is for Dean. So it's good to see the whole picture. So you can see we go precipitation, temperature and wind speeds. So what we do, we go up to the top here, which is the ruler, and we select kilometers, not miles. When we divide the miles by 2 over the distance, it gives us the curvature of the Earth, and that tells us how many degrees to point down between the 2 spots. So we go back to where the translator is, which in this case is in the UK, and for the sake of splitting hairs, we go from the centre of the UK right to the target, which is on the marker that we've just put, and in the box it now gives us the mileage of difference. We've got to now calculate the difference between the 2 spots right through the Earth, and as it turns out, there's the mileage. It's 3,100 kilometers, and we divide that by 222. That gives us the degrees down, which is in the next one when I get the calculator. It's actually 90 degrees on the compass too. So let's go back to the second target. We're going to put a blockage here to force it east and to break it up. The moment you stop that flow of winds, it starts to settle, it takes the energy out of it. And so we can take those figures over to a calculator, 3,100 kilometers, and we divide that by 222, and that gives us 13.9 degrees down through the Earth to that point. And that takes us to the surface. So what we want to do, we want to be up to between 0 and 30,000 feet, which is where all the action is. So we go 13 degrees down. By taking just under a degree off, that lifts the translator up so it goes up towards the atmosphere from ground level. And that's how it's done. Okay, we'll shut this down and I will upload this one now.
Daddy, where did you put the earpiece?